Welcome back, ladies and gents. I was going around recruiting. As you know, at the end of the last video, we had conquered 3 towns in Vlandia, and then my own personal town of Zionic was under attack. So the Ragnvad declared peace with the Vlandians, and we were able to run down here and break the siege of Zionica. And then I started going around recruiting. Unfortunately, as I was recruiting, as soon as I got over here in this area, the Vlandians declared war again and took Ox Hall back. All right, so what I'm going to attempt to do, I didn't get to finish recruiting, but I did start back in that direction. I'm just going to go straight back to Ox Hall, and we're going to siege it again. There was this was under siege as I was passing. I was going to stop them. You can see there's 500, 600 people in there about, but they ran back in, so I couldn't stop them. At any rate, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to head straight back to Vlandian territory, and we're going to try to take Ox Hall again and prevent if I can. At this point, that's more important to me than keeping my territory over here. You can see my guys are still very low on troops. So we're going to go right through here, right around there. Wind up grabbing some Battanians along the way. Boy, that place doesn't have much of anything, does it? We're going to stop in Dalmingus. And get an idea for how about 22, 50. Yeah, we're still hundreds down between my troops and the AI lords I have with me. We're still hundreds of troops down. But we're going to gather some as we go here. Let's see if I need any grapes while we're over here. I've got plenty of grapes. I like to have at least 300 of each item. It's dates, cheese, and beer. Dates, butter, cheese, and beer. Of course, that's always the... Dates are always an issue because we really can only get them in Azrai lands. Just going to grab whatever troops we can get because they're going to put, I think, 20% of their forces in the garrison. It's a ridiculously large amount, including all their archers, their ranged troops. We'll get some, speaking of archers, we'll get some right here. I would like to, as much as I'd like to help that army out, it's more important to me to go smack the Vlandians again. Give these 2 troops right here. And then give Chabel some. Gosh, I really want to... Who is that? Wait, is he a... Vlandimir's? Hang on just a minute. Why can't I bring up M? Is it N? Man, I've been playing X4 for hours and hours a day, and I forgot the keys for this. Okay. Vlandir of the Skolder brother. Now, see, that is a mercenary. So I'm not going to go help him because he's a mercenary. He's taking money out of my pocket. I got to when I'm king, I never recruit mercenaries. It's probably not a good thing, but I can't be bothered to run around and find them and recruit them. And I very seldom recruit any other lords to the kingdom. If I run across them in battle, then I may ask them, but I'm not going to run around. I don't like running around trying to recruit them because there's things that need to be done. I got other things to do is what I'm saying. It's just an asinine mechanic to have to run around and find lords to recruit. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. I keep wanting to press R and center the screen properly because in X4 you press R and it centers you back and flattens the screen again to a flat plane. All right, we're gonna go to Funky Tormalita and Druamore, and that'll be the last of the archers we can get. And my characters are got a good amount of archers. Of course, there's not much here to get after the rest of these guys recruit. Chavel can have these archers. We'll hit Drumore and then head over here. Oh, they're going after Ostrakhan. Yeah, we're going to hit Drumore and head straight to Ostrakhan. See, nobody recruits when it's enemy. All right, straight to Ostrakhan. If we can knock this army down right now, the Vlandian army, chances of them being able to make a force that could take revolt are slim to none. They're going to get that before I can get there. There's only 136 left. Razaval, sorry, buddy, but no, don't get brave. See, he got brave and started running after them. I've got to... if I can get that army, if I can still get that army... I don't care about the mercenary, the Gilman. 1,200. How big is that army? 900. Okay. We're going to go up here and try to get them to come under us so that they can't run back into the town. Now we got them. Let me do these upgrades if there's any. The thing is, can I run them down, though? Can I run them down? Now, where's that mercenary at? Oh, we're going to catch him here in the hills. Come on. Yes. Been a while. Invalidate their horses if we catch them here in the hills. All right, now if we can wipe this guy out, that'll be a huge, huge blow to them right now because you notice they only had a couple more 400. They don't have a huge army like they normally have because they're 3 towns down. Well, not anymore. Oh, this is a terrible battlefield for them. For my armored legions, be fine. I don't know. I haven't fought on this particular battlefield in so long. I don't remember anything about it. I think... Jeez, Louise. Let me get down here closer so I can see this. I think I'm just going to... All right, they're the defender. Okay, I think I'm starting to remember. I think they're going to turtle up over here. Is what I think. Let's just start the battle as and see what happens. Oh, it looks like they're going to stand their ground. All right. Loose formation. Hold. Hold your fire. Horse, come over here. Left wing. See what they do. Yeah, they're going to go over that ridge where I can't get to them. I've got to top the ridge to get to them. That's really good. That's really good positioning. That's what a human would probably do. Let me get this horse over here. Now let's get a view for what's going on here. All right, I want my infantry to stay. Are they coming? They've only got 184 horse. My horse is still trying to get in way. All right, let's move forward with the infantry. Because, of course, they're going to have the range with the crossbowmen. Does me no good to stand back. They've got 101 crossbowmen on 37 infantry, so definitely I need to go get in their faces. We'll let the infantry... I almost wish I'd have started this playthrough and have just spearmen instead of axemen. Because those spearmen could really do a number on those horses. All right, come over here, archers. Okay, now, infantry, fire if you've got something to throw. All right, now we're going to get the horse around behind them. If I can manage that. The idea here is to take as few losses as possible. And my horse are nowhere near as good as their horse, but I'm going to try to get them around behind them. I would have preferred... These are Vlandians, so it's quite surprising that they did not charge with their horse. So I'm not sure what their strategy is here. It's just really not what Vlandians normally do. They got 7 horse archers here. Let me see if I can work on them a little bit. Because they're just plinking away at my horse. Well, maybe not. I don't have the... I got to get back in the swing of things. You know what? You're gonna make me say a bad word. First of all, that Lord. I suck. Can I pick this up? No, I don't have that skill. All right, let me get back and get some speed going. I can see there's some combat going on over yonder. This guy is really starting to irritate me, though. Thank you. You got a bow. You don't have a big two-handed axe. You're Sturgian, you traitor. It's a girl. She was probably married off. Okay, infantry, just do your thing.
Horseman, cavalry.
Horse, go over there.
Move or attack. Kill them.
And ranged archers, do your thing.
Take command.
Sergeants, take command. Ooh. Only got a little bit of the horse. Oh, good hit on that. That was a lord, I think. Yeah, it sure was. I just don't know which one because you can't see when they're down. They must have unhorsed him. He was probably on a horse and they unhorsed him, obviously. That loose formation. You want to get the horses. All right, everybody.
Everyone,
charge. Where is the enemy at? Again, we've still got a couple of armies to go for. 80 horse over there. All right. Cavalry, go for the horse.
Cavalry, charge!
I don't expect you to do much against Vlandian horse, but at least you'll keep them occupied. All right, infantry. Come over here. I don't want you running into that group of enemy in ones and twos. I want you to get back in formation, and then we will attack. Ilederin. Woo! Just dodged a bullet there. There you go. You're ganging up on my guy. What's wrong with you? I'm using that horse to my advantage, you see. Not very well, though. Trying to stay on the other side of that horse, so I had the range advantage. All right. Now that you're together, you can run. I just didn't want you running in there in singles. What are you doing down there in the water? That just slows you down, don't you know that? I heard something come up behind me. Luckily, it was one of my own guys. All right. Come on, get out of the way, horse. Woo, good hit. He's must have full health. Magnus, way to go, Magnus. Go Sheena. Sheena the air. Make sure everybody's charging now. Everybody charge. Thought you could get away. I don't want to get caught up here. Have one of them run at me from behind. But I do try to stay to the left and the right of them when I'm behind them. That way they don't know which way to turn and put their shield up until the last moment. It doesn't always work, but it works enough of the time to make a difference. Here's our reinforcements, which is the little horses. Ooh, gotta watch those javelin throwers. Let's see if we got any stragglers. Everybody, attack. Try to. So far, we've only down about what, maybe 20% of our forces. What are you running back? Oh, he's picking up arrows. Looking for stragglers. I thought there might be some back there since he was running in that direction, but he was picking up arrows, which is fine. Crossbowman. He blocked that. Stop hitting my horse. Not at speed. Gotta be at speed with this weapon for it to kill with one hit. Yeah, you are. You said, I'm not dying here. I didn't hear him say, you call me a coward if you want, but he usually does. The day is lost. You are correct, sir. Switch to the axe. 108 with the axe. I'm telling you, his perks make a difference. It's just a regular store-bought axe. At no speed, just standing static and swinging. 108. That's just about a one-hit kill to all the NPCs. All right, I lost one. We lost 50 overall, but we had a heck of a lot of recruits. Chavel lost 10. Hardnag lost 5. Leon lost 11. Well, let's press on. Prisoner.
I give up.
I'm going to throw these in Revolt. We're going to go straight to Revolt. We're going to get rid of the prisoners. I didn't pay attention to what one I lost. And we'll sell at Revolt. And then I will recruit and throw some troops in the... That's not what I wanted.
I have it.
Into the garrison there in Revolt. I want to put some of yous guys over there. 106. Let's see what we got. We've got 3 companions here that I can give to.
I'm your...
It's not looking good, is it?
Oh, yeah, what?
I'm going to have to pack you, Lynn. I'm sorry, but... I'm going to give you a lot of troops. Non-Sturgian, of course. Man, I'd like you to have these. I just don't want to be over the limit. There we go. And jesting, I'll take these Vlandian champions. Knights. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That way you can lose troops instead of me. We're going to go straight to Revolt. Roosevelt's coming up. Oh, it's only 97 troops. Roosevelt. He must have owned these 3 towns. Yeah, because I can see it's the same emblem. All right, we're going to go throw... If I got any... I think I gave them all away. Yeah, we got 3 here. Throw them in the dungeon. Let's see who got an upgrade here. Kuloving. Oh, are they the same guys that had this before and revolted? I think. Finn the captain. Movement speed to infantry in your formation. Hit point. Yeah, we want hit points. Always want hit points. Even if it's 1 or 2 or 3. And for this, since Jenny's a captain, I'm going to give her... she's not going to be swinging anything. Nothing's going to be swung, so she's going clean thrust. None of her troops are swingers. I find that amusing. Don't mind me. Okay. Let's see what we can trade. I don't think they're going to have a lot of money over here, isolated like they are. But we'll get what we can get. Don't want to get rid of any horses yet because they all help when you're in a larger army. 48, 34. None of this is... I don't know if I... Let's try it. Oh, 50,000. Okay. Bound crossbow. Is that better? Wait a minute. No, I'm not using crossbows in this game. So balanced Gird. I would rather have 7 Girds than 5 that do 2 more damage. Yeah, I'd rather have 7 straight up. Let's I don't know if there's enough money here, so let's save that first. And then check. Ooh, because I had a lot of it locked so that I could melt it down so I wasn't certain. Let's recruit some troops. And we're going to... I know I said I'd throw them in a garrison, but it's not my town, so I'm going to give them to my guys. I'm going to recuperate just a little bit. Actually, as I'm going to recruit as I recuperate, and then we're going to go back and get Ostakan. Then we're going to go back and get Oxhall. Or do our best. Trying to. He's finally up to speed. We're down by 15. Cheese and butter. We'll hit Atlantis. I always want to say Atlantis. Roosevelt was just starting that army when I saw him. That's why he only had 97. It was just him and no other lords. I didn't catch that. Notice that he was starting an army. I'm still down 1 troop. What was it? I don't know, so I'm going to take a horse. Because I got these Variag. I'll take him. Play is... There'll be infantry until it's time to be upgraded to a horse. Whoop, whoop. I saw something down here. Yep, that hunter needs to go up there. There we go. And as much as... You know what? I'm going to hit Turby. Rimtoil Castle. I don't really want it anyway. It's Battanian. If I can get some troops. Because they're going to... Remember, they're going to throw a lot of them in the garrison if we can take Ostakan. It's kind of a... It's kind of a catch-22. The longer that you spend recruiting, the more they're going to run rampant, and the larger their garrisons are going to get. But the less you spend recruiting, the more you're going to lose after every... More troops you're going to lose after every attack. Because they're going to put something like 20% of them in the garrison. Oh. Almost forgot that. Lynn, how are you looking? You need another 49. Make peace with the Azerite. Let me take a gander. What are the Azerite doing? They've got Sargo, and that's it, as far as I'm concerned. Who else are we at war with? The Sturgians. Cancel that. I want to look at this. All right. The Khuzate, I'm not particularly worried about them. I really want to take out Vlandia. We're double their strength as it is right now. Khuzates are very strong, of course. The Azrai are, but I'm not concerned about them at the moment. I really want to get rid of... let's do it. 97, I'm just going to abstain. I don't want to waste my... It's going to go through no matter what at 97% with everybody voting for it. I don't know why it was only 97 when they were all voting for it. All right, now where were you going? I really hate having to do this again. I just done this in the last video. This exact same town. But the AI is just... As soon as I left the area, they declared war again. There's nothing you can do about that. How many defenders? 700 defenders. So we're gonna do more than 2 to 1. We're gonna have more than 2 to 1, so we'll just do it. They've got 7 days of food. I almost want to starve them out because I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking in my head. The longer I stay here, the more chances of them raising an army and coming to contest this. And if I can get them over here battling me and contesting this, they're not off causing mayhem elsewhere. So we'll see how I feel after everything's up. But that's my thought process right now. Try to starve them out and wait for and hope that that'll give me 2 positives. 1, I won't have to fight the garrison, which is 365, and 2, we may draw some of their roaming armies around here. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. It's only we're already down to 5 days. What do we got there? Is he going to come over here and start raising an army? Or is he just passing by? It's hard to know. If they come, they'll come from here or here, though. That's a good thing. I don't have to worry about backside here. I think he's just passing through. Although, he is pausing. He's just patrolling. All right. 4 days. And there's a couple of lords in here. Three days. If they're going to attempt to... Orsinian by Southern Empire, that's not good. If you're going to try and break it, they should be showing up. They better shut within the next 3 days. Although I want to think, they had that 900 force that we engaged, and then they had 2 others that were 400. So they could... That 800 plus this 800 would still match me in numbers if they combined. All right, I'm 1 day left, so I'm going to go ahead and start the trebuchets. Get rid of their defensive siege engines. Then hopefully we'll be at 1 day or 0, and they'll start starving out. They're chasing. All of them are chasing that bandit party. I don't know why we can't hit their... Finally, we hit one. I've got something like 180, don't I? 208. All right, I've got... I started too soon. Let me put these guys back. I got to let some of these garrisons starve out. That didn't happen as quickly as I wanted it to happen or thought it would happen. Oh, Mr. Revolt is under siege. Okay, here's the deal. Let me pause this. Am I reading that correct? Yeah. All right, look, we can come back at any time and take this town out. But I want to grab that army. If I have a chance of getting this army right now and smashing it, that's what we want to do. I don't know how long they've been under siege. I wasn't really paying attention. All right, they haven't even started the battle yet. So we're going to smash this army. Fafan is 97. Urgil is 80. I'm going to vote for Urgil and then let them decide. Still in the 90s with Fafan and up to 85 with Urgil. I'm happy with that. This army moves so slow. 1.5. 1.48 really in the dark. That was 300, I think. All right, 1,300. Yeah, I'm going to smash this army because this has got to be the bulk of what they have left. And I'm going to have Idrin and Uric help me. Probably Uric. We outnumber them. Well, not necessarily. I think by about 300. Let's see what they're going to do. 293. They're not... Okay, they're moving away. 294, 295. They're backing up. Okay. Let's get the horse to the left and to the right. Been a long time since I fought on this battlefield. This is, man, when I first started playing the game, this is probably my favorite battlefield. I remember this fondly.
Archers, forward!
I like to get up on those little hills right there and just stand my ground and let them run to me. And when you're fighting a small army right here, there's a little depression right over there in the ground where the AI would set in a hole in the ground if it was a much smaller army than you. Oops. Hit the tilde key and not the... Alright, face there. Face there. How many? 205. Okay, that's a lot. Horse, go over as far as you can go over there. Horse, go over behind there. Alright. Ranged. What are the... What? Oh, that's not... I'm not... That's one of the mercenaries that jumped in, or one of the other lords that jumped in. I was wondering what they were doing and why I had no control over them. Alright. Oh, it looks like we got some tossers in my... I saw a guy holding a javelin up. Don't throw them yet. Alright, we're not gonna mess around. I really want this army to be crushed. So we're just gonna go... We're gonna go all in. I don't think the Vlandians have anything. If we crush this army, I don't believe they have anything that can cause me any issues.
Soldiers! Archers! Fire at will!
Archers, you can fire from right there.
Soldiers, move!
Infantry, move on in.
Forward!
Actually, archers, come over here. Get on that little rise. Alright, infantry, toss them if you've got them. There's that little depression I was talking about, right there. Small party of about 50 or so will just circle and get in that small little depression. Alright, things are going well. These are not the best troops since they still haven't fully recovered from us taking this. But remember, this is almost immediately... All I did was ride over there, break the siege of Zionica, and then do a little bit of recruiting. They automatically declared war again. So they didn't have a whole lot of time to recover. So these are not the best troops they could possibly have. Alright, infantry, we want to engage. I'm not going to do charge, I'm going to do engage. That way they stay in formation as they close in and protect the man to the left and the right of them, instead of going in singles, ones and twos. Now that we're in it, now I will order charge, so that they'll go around the sides also and not attempt to maintain formation. They'll just move in however they need to engage. I'm tempted to call my horse off, although make sure the horse goes back on. Alright, so we've got reinforcements coming in. Yeah, I really got to be moving to do damage for this thing. Not going to make a difference standing still unless they're already wounded. But if you're moving... See, even moving, I only did 79 damage on that guy. Alright, you doggone archers. I wouldn't... okay, another spawn of archers. Of ranged. I should just start saying ranged. These are obviously not archers. They're bowmen, but crossbowmen. They slow me down so much I can't do any damage. Alright. I'll put your mace against my axe. How about that? Oh, now you want to grab your spear. There we go. Alright, make sure everybody's engaging at this point, because it's just their low-tier recruits coming in. Oh, and another wave. Just wear them down. Let me get this one horse way over here so we can get whoever's running after them back over here where the bulk of the enemy are. There. Now you don't have to run around. Well, there's another one. Oh, they got him. I almost hit that sister. I just don't like those troops. I do not like. I don't know. I remember years ago, people were clamoring for them because apparently they were in the other games. But I just don't care for them. I think they're useless troops. You know, any troop that doesn't wear a helmet is useless. Any kind of headgear whatsoever to me is useless. So I've never used them and will never use them. Still, 200 they're running and 25 horse, something like 80, and they look like the infantry is running. Oh, that white background on the snow. I couldn't tell that was my own troop. Oh, maybe they're going to rally right here. Maybe they're just consolidating their lines. No, he left. I got to get out of here. Okay. Everybody. Charge. All right, well, we lost 25% of our forces. But again, we had a heck of a lot of recruits. So that's to be expected. That one. You know what? I'm going to Gird him if I can. 305 with the Gird. And we were both running in the same direction, and I'm on snow, so I can't go full speed. Imagine if I was. Well, you've already seen that the Gird javelins can do over 1,000 if you hit at full speed, especially if they're crafted. Because they do 141. A crafted javelin to do 141, at least the ones I craft. They do 141 just base damage. You get in that speed bonus, over 1,000 with the hit. I don't know what they're chasing. Oh, there's one way over yonder. I think. Is that my guys right there? Or is that... Nope. They're Vlandians. Ah! Take them down, fellas. I think there was one more over this ridge, though. Just one single runner. Nope, I must have been looking at a horse. Is that all of them? All right. Jenny the captain. Polearm and riding. Excellent. I didn't lose any. We only lost 61 overall. That are 422 dead. 891 captured. Oh, my goodness. Yep, that was a low-quality army. 100. Kulaving. Prisoner, prisoner, prisoner. All right, since we're already outside of Revolt, I'm just going to grab everybody and jump in. I know I'll lose a little bit. Let me see how far away I am. You know what? I am going to... I bet these guys are already full, though, with prisoners. Yeah, they are. Let's see if he's got any sturgeons. Nope.
I'm your...
Yes, you are. He was going to say, I'm yours to command. Yeah, no sturgeons. I didn't think they would have, but I need to check because I always like to have some troops ready to recruit, and I'm running short. All right, I'm just going to pack you as many as I can get on you without having to... I'll take back to 189 because I can hold that. Whoa, whoa, what was that last? 88. That was a lot. That was a big jump. 6. There we go. Now, apparently, I have some extra troops. Oh, that caravan guard. There you go. Better than nothing. All right, let's jump in here and then head straight back to Ostrakhan. Get rid of all these prisoners. Am I going to have room in the dungeon? Yes. Look at that, 27 militia ready to go. Man, I wish I was near one of my towns. All right, let's trade what we can. They're not going to have much money left. They actually have more than when we started it. I think they only had 80-something last time I was here. So they made good use of all that stuff I sold them. They sold it and made some profits on it. That's just my head canon, by the way. I have no idea how that really works. I don't think there's anything here that's going to be worth keeping because they're hurting right now. They're not a rich faction. Man, I got 6 of those. Thick 600. It's already legendary. 560. No. It's over 550, but that's not enough over 550 for me to want to keep at this stage of the game. Based on how many children I have. Not very many. All right. Can I recruit? Well. There you go. 213. All right, we're going to do some more recruiting and head to Ostrakhan. We're just going to go around the top here. Thanks, Idrin, for locking them down, although they weren't going anywhere. They were in a siege. But thanks for your help. Top him off. Can I? Yep. Is there any left for you? Nope. All right. Sirendak, Remental, Horsgur, and then Ostrakhan. I don't think I have to worry about another Vlandian army. It looks like these 2 armies here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. My mistake. Armies. Yeah, Vildur and Ragenvad are at Druamore, so they're taking care of that. And I really don't think the Vlandians can muster a larger army of consequence anymore. It really hurts them when you take their towns away. Cantarian, Southern Empire. The only thing holding them off as long as it has been is the fact that I've got full garrison in most of those towns. I think Zionica doesn't have a full garrison because I think it may have upgraded its barracks at some point and it's just never caught up yet. All right, Ella the Captain. We're never going to do, I never do ranged, mounted range, so I'm going to do Thunderous Charge. I just don't like mounted ranged units, horse archers. I don't care for them. I always do trainer here because this thing, 20% damage from wooding one-handed weapon without a shield. At no point is an AI of mine going to be wielding a one-handed weapon without a shield. It's just not going to happen. And of course, we looked at this earlier, so we want clean thrust. Same as the other character. And that's everybody. These guys are getting to the point where I can make them. I can have Horanag, Chavel, and Lynn come into my party and be captains for my personal cavalry. The cavalry that I have in my own party. And then I can make my children their own party leaders. We're getting close to that point. But for now, before I start fiddling with that, I really just want to wear these Vlandians down some more. How much food do they have? They've got 0 food. Look at that. How great is that? 3 days of food. They don't have any stocks. They've got 3 days of food, which, if this goes the same way it went last time, they also got a lot less people because there was 2... Remember, there were 2 lords in here that had parties that have vacated the premises now. All right, so they should be... Whoops. Shut up, Joe. They should be starved by the time we're finished setting up our siege equipment. Because we're starting at 3, and right off the bat, it went to 2. So this is going to work out well. We're going to wind up fighting 475 people only, I think. So that'll be good. We can move on to Oxhall and hopefully then Prevend. I'm going to push it as far as I can. I really want to hurt these Vlandians. Not that I have a personal vendetta against Vlandia in this game. It's just that they are to our backs, so to say. And I want to make sure our back is secure before we start pushing, for example, south into Azerai or any further east. Because once you start going east, it's a long... As you've seen with me in the Southern Empire, it's a long way to travel from here over towards where my holdings are. We don't need to have to come all the way back over here. So if we can knock out Vlandia, ooh, that'll be good. Nah, we'll just stay put for a minute. We're getting there. One more day. Gotta watch out for revolt. Make sure it's not. Oh, it is already under siege. All right. Well, you know what that means. I can't believe this is a serious party. Let's see. Okay, they haven't even started yet, so we can get there. There's going to be, I've always said, if you can wipe out 3 AI parties, that's pretty much good enough to let the AI then handle them. And this will be our 3rd large party right here during this. Oh, man. Okay, that's bandits. Do I have any troops that are not Sturgians other than the militia? No. All right, let's just go ahead and engage. These have got to be low-quality troops. Did they? No, they haven't even started the battle yet, so I don't have to worry about dealing with anyone else. I don't have any mercenaries or anyone that jumped in. 1,600, 900. And it's the same battlefield. So this time I'm going to set my horses up. We'll just spread them out. I want you wide like that. And can I put you over here? No. We'll put you right there. Everybody hold. Let's see what they do. I think they're going to do the same thing. But let me stop moving so I can be certain. 249. That's 253, 252. All right, they're running over here. All right, let's start going in this direction. I think they're going to run to those hills right there. That's what I would do. As I said, this used to be one of my favorite maps. Who is that? Amalgam. Parents couldn't come up with a name. So they just compromised. Oh, they didn't go as far as I thought they were going to. All right, then we're going to come. Oh, no. We're going to come right here. I suspected they would go to those hills. But this is fine. I'm okay with this. All right. Horse archers, all 4 of you, do your thing.
Cavalry.
Right wing of the cav, come over here. Right there.
Move.
Left wing,
Horsemen.
go over there.
Move.
Yeah, they're real close here. They're not spreading out at all. 2 to 1. Outnumbered. It's probably the smart move on there. Although I would have went to the hill. I always go for the height, the advantage if I can. Height advantage.
Fire at will.
All right, you guys
Infantry. Show the keep eye on the enemy.
face there.
Soldier.
Back up a little bit.
Archers. Loose formation.
Nope.
Stand apart.
There we go.
Infantry.
Move up a little bit. Get right in their faces. All right, horse. Come around here, please. Go over yonder.
Forward.
All right, right wing, go ahead and engage. Left wing, I just want to make sure you don't run through my troops. If you can get you far enough away. All right, now engage. Let me go get this idiot that doesn't wear a helmet in combat. That's right. You tell her, Hans. I'm not sure. Never really thought about this, but I guess it's true. A female can be a bastard. Just means she doesn't have a father in the traditional sense, you know, married outside of wedding. Typically, you only think of males as being bastards. All right, infantry, go ahead. Do your thing. This is a battle that we're not going to lose a lot, I believe, because the quality of their troops have to be really low at this point. Again, this will be the 3rd large army we've engaged, and that's my policy is My belief, my rule is if you can engage 3 large AI armies, they're going to be deprived enough that they're going to be easy for the AI to handle from that stage on. Here come the reinforcements, which is fine with me. A lot of these troops need training. Are you a bad guy? Yeah. Just derided him off his horse. Where'd that? Oh, they got him. Very good. Infantry? Nobody. I can use my spear better than you can use yours if I see you. And I don't fumble it. With my slow reflexes. Oops. Age. And nerve damage from my spinal injury. They told me after the surgery I would never be the same, but at least I would be better, which was a lie, but still, I have much less flexibility now than I had before the surgery. But when you crack your spine, most times you just take what you can get. I can walk, so I'm happy for that. What is that? Is that ranged troops? Yeah. All right, archers, let me get away so that I can get a pop-up. All right. No, that's... There they are. Horse. On the ranged troops. Okay. Get out of the way. Looks like he's outnumbered. Let me get in there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I hardly ever can... Oh, I can hardly ever save these guys once they're outnumbered like this, but I try every time. You got that one Sturgian heavy axeman just running out ahead of everybody else. He has no fear. He knows he's got the armor and the training. And the perks. Oh, too short. Axe is too short. Wow, that guy is tough. I did something like 50 and 20. He had his full health, 100, I'd say. I think everybody's, I think the base is 100, is it? Is it? Or is that low tier troops start less than 100? I don't know. Don't really ever pay attention to hit points. You either kill them or you don't. You just keep hitting them till they're dead. Tell you what, that setting for my emblem on this white background, it's so difficult for me to see. I don't see any emblems looking out through there because of the white and that light blue. The snow just blends in. Years ago, I made a suggestion to Tell Worlds to let us change the emblems, whether they're either over enemy troops or friendly troops. They never responded. Because if you're playing an archer and you're standing in amongst your troops, you can't see anything with the emblems on. And I'm not going to play without emblems, ever. Because armies comprise multiple different factions worth of troops, and you'd never be able to know. You'd never know who to hit and who not to hit. All right. We only lost 24 overall. All right, 10 to 1. A little better than 10 to 1. And we got another 600. What did I get? Oh, tactics. That's great. Ella, 1 in polar. All right, there's a perk. Finn, 1 in polearm and 1 in horse. Jenny, 2 in polearm, 2 in horse. She's only 2 off from a new perk there. And then she got a perk in one-handed. And Magnus got 1 in polearm, 2 in horse, and 3 in one-handed. Very good. Sheena, 4 in polearm and 4 in horse. Very, very good. All right, unfortunately, I'm down to 5 minutes. I don't know if I can go back and attack Ostrakhan in 5 minutes, but I'm going to try. Let's do this upgrade. I'm going to take the spearmen. I'm going to take all of these troops. Again, we're right outside of Revolt. Let's see. I forget who I said got an upgrade. So we'll just check polearm. She is on a horse. Otherwise, if she was a infantry troop, I'd give her steed killer. But since she's on a horse, I'm going to give her this speed bonus from being mounted. And that also gives pole arms by troops in your formation. So that's all troops that happen to have pole arms, including horse, if she has any horse troops. This is Horinag. He's never going to be a party leader ever after right now. As I just said, I'm going to switch in my kids to be these party leaders. But he will be a captain. I'm going to go with this for now because as currently he's a party leader. But in the long run, and I always go for trainer here. And Sheena is never going to be a mounted range troop, so don't want to worry about that. Now, how does it look with prisoners? I imagine there's not going to be any sturgeons, but I'm going to look anyway. Because I also want to stuff. I'd like to hold on to that. Because I think when we... It's only 21 troops, but I think if I'm worried if I give them to my guys that they will... oh, I can take some of those back. They'll give them to the garrison when I go in here, and I don't want that to happen. If I give them some extra troops. So I'm going to see if I can hold on to those troops, and then I almost said dock. Go into the town before I lose any troops. There we go. Let's see if I can make it. Come on. Yes, and then after we come out of here, see how they're giving troops to the settlement? I didn't want to lose any of my troops. All right. Now that was the third army. We're going to see. I don't know. I don't have time. I've only got 2 minutes left. Let's put these guys in the dungeon. But anyway, that was 3 armies smashed. And if my policy holds true, that should just about finish them as far as a force to be reckoned with. Because everything else they get is going to be recruits. Not only does the AI, as you know, recruit from their towns and use their good troops, but you got to remember, they were a couple of towns, well, they were 3 towns down before this started. Now they're only 1 town, but we're going to do something about that. If we can. All right. Now let's recruit. Jump out. See who we can top off. Oh, yep, we can top off Horinag. How about Chavel? Ooh, yeah, probably. Yep, Chavel's topped off. How about Lynn? No, she won't be topped off. She's well and truly down. Okay, so I've got extra sturgeons, which means I'm gonna give you some sturgeon infantry because I always have enough sturgeon infantry. All right, there we go. And if need be, I can always take it back from them later. All right, here we go. Once more to Ostrakhan. And you want to go north? All right, well, I'll stop and get a couple of recruits right here. Any food to be had? Butter and cheese? Just 4 total. We'll hit Rimental. You know what? I'm going to go by Sirendak. There's some horses there. We'll see if we can get any horses. Yep. Lynn could use some horses. All right, looks like the siege is going to be at the start of the next video. We're down to 30 seconds now. But at the start of the next video, I'm gonna push the Vlandians as hard as I can. What did I just recruit? Oh, you're full. Are you rich? Yes, so you can hold more troops. Yeah, I'm gonna push the Vlandians as hard as I can. Again, I'm gonna go for Ostrakhan, Oxhall, and Prevend is my goal right off the bat in the next one. Only one cheese. All right, well, I'll save it right here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully, as I say, Ostrakhan, Oxhall, and Prevent. If we can do it, that will really weaken. It may also embolden the Azerite to come in and take Charis and possibly Jacqueline, but we'll see. Ciao. Oh, I pressed the wrong key.